Hey there, Survivors. Cougar here, back with more Subnautica Below Zero Early Access gameplay. We are picking up right where we left off at the end of the last episode, in which we got our third sea truck upgrade module, depth upgrade module, and now we're heading down into the Sea Monkey Caves to try to find some laser cutter fragments to scan and pick up some gold and quartz along the way. We should scan one of these kelp roots just to get it out of the way so it doesn't keep flashing in our faces. I think we want to be going down, as much down as we can get out of here. Now these are not the Sea Monkey Caves that are over near the emergency drop, that first beacon that you get. These are east-southeast of the life pod. And we're going to need some crystalline sulfur, so once we find the blueprints, if we want to make it immediately, we're going to need crystalline sulfur and a couple of up-end things or so right there. That's propulsion cannon fragment. Tease. Oh wait, actually I think we might need one of those. Nope, we already have it. Oh no, we needed that. Okay. Good, good, good.
Blueprint acquired.
Got it. There's more gold. We're not down here hunting for gold, but we could use some. And silver too, in fact. Boy, there's a lot in here. Titanium. Gold. And laser cutter fragments. Yeah. Right. I'm not paying much attention to my oxygen here, so let's try to do that. What do you think? Let's pay attention to our oxygen. What do you say? Hi, creepy. In fact, I may just take us back out. Now that we've got one, if I can't get back up to almost full here, I gotta take us back out. Top us off. I like it down here, though. This feels more Subnautica to me than a lot of the other parts of the game. Well, now we don't have to worry about much of anything, because there's our second laser cutter fragment. Oh, that's only 2 of 3. But still. Titanium, lots of titanium. I'm going to go back up to the truck. Silver. I'm going to go back up to the truck and get a full load of O2 here before we venture any farther. Or go all the way up to the surface, whatever's closer.
30
Truck here?
seconds.
Yeah, truck's right there. And then once we have the laser cutter fragment, we can make the laser cutter, and then we can go digging around in the wrecks. The spaceship wrecks, looking for whatever it is Maida wants us to get there. Now, I understand. So in the original version, you had to repair that antenna, and Maida is asking you to do something else with it. I guess, you know, to destroy it or something. I'm not really sure how that's going to work with the salvage that's coming out of these ships. You know, unless they're asking us to... She's asking us to retrieve explosives out of the ship and take them up there. Or some kind of hacking mechanism or something. That'd be the only way I think that could work. So yeah, I think in the last episode I said something about us needing to repair that. I still think it's going to end up being more of a repair than a destroy, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out in the end. Titanium. We got to go down if we want more nests. I've been sort of trying to keep an eye out for down. But there's our third laser cutter fragment right there.
New blueprint acquired.
I'm tempted to, and look, there's another fragment just lying there on the ground. I'm tempted to stay down here a little while. I kind of like it down here, to be honest. There's no cryptos roaring. The occasional crash fish, but no chelicerates chasing us. It's just us and the sea monkeys and the spinnerfish. All of whom I'm feeling very friendly toward right now. Hi, spinnerfish. And not to mention, they're so delicious to eat.
Discovered.
Let's grab one of those. I remember the first few times coming down in here just terrified me. It terrified me. It can be very tough to find your way out, and yeah, I definitely died in here more than once back in the day, but then you come to appreciate that there are oxygen plants all over the place. Now we have 2 pieces of crystalline sulfur, and I brought a couple of diamonds with me, knowing that they would be needed to craft the laser cutter. So we can craft that right now. We can craft it without going back to base on the Sea Truck Fabricator module. Now, having said that this place doesn't really scare me that much anymore, wouldn't it be hilarious if I actually died down here? Hi, crash fish. This is where we just were. Titanium. I think we are backtracking over areas that we've already been through, but like I said, I'm in no hurry to get out of here. I know you guys are because you want to get on with this. Okay, all right. Let's go. And we out. Got some creep vines here. Grab a couple of those. Slake our thirst. And what are you bringing me, my friend? What you got? What you get? Titanium? I got lots of titanium, but you're so kind bringing it to me. I'll take it. Thank you. Bye. He's cute. They're cute when they're not being really annoying, aren't they? I'm gonna drop a piece of titanium so I have room for a little bit more stuff. In fact, why don't we grab a couple of slices of creep vine as long as we're here.
30 seconds.
Eat those up and head home. Home being the sea truck, which we're not going to make on less than 30 seconds of air, so we're going to have to surface. Man, you can hear those cryptos from forever away, and they're so loud. Okay, we should... Yes, this is still an issue. I'm not anticipating that will ever be fixed. I think that's a Unity thing. Okay, so personal tools, the laser cutter. Now we're going to head over to where the spaceship wrecks are and see if we can find ourselves a piece of salvage. I pre-made and cryptos, quiet! Cryptos! Shh! Shh! Quiet. Good Lord. I pre-made and brought with me an advanced wiring kit. If you can hear me over the cryptos. So once we get this piece of salvage out of the spaceship wreck here, we'll be good to head directly to the island and get that, quote, repaired. I know it's not really repaired, but... chop back in here. Not too bad. Hey, big fella, what's going on? We need... Oh yeah, look. Metal Salvage. Our old friend Metal Salvage. Pick it up and break it down for titanium. We missed you, Metal Salvage. It's nice to have you back. These turned out really well. In my humble opinion, really well. If only they weren't in crypto territory. Let's go hunt. You know what I should have done before we did that was put the laser cutter in here. Okay. Laser cutter door. So we're gonna have to laser cut that, and I would love to have this. Here's another entrance. Wouldn't it be better to have the sea truck over here? Let's make a quick adjustment here. Bring the sea truck around and have it shining light on that door for us. And ready for a quick exit if we need it. Ow, oh, hung up. I'm hung up on the terrain. Cryptos, go away. Noisy brutes. Sure, yeah, I'll let you have a bite of my sea truck if you'll go away after. Oh, no, you wanted a bite of me too? Now I gotta pop a health kit. And that's the only one we have on us. Power cell. Alright, this is gonna be bright. Watch your eyes. And we're through. Look, is that a different kind of... It's a spinefish, but it looks bigger. It looks larger than your average spinefish. Now we need to get in here. We're not going in that way. Well, we don't need to, but I think there's stuff in there for us if we can find a way in. This is a sealed supply crate that we need to cut open for access with the laser cutter. And it gives us a reactor rod. I think a full reactor rod. Another spinefish just kind of sitting here, looking dead. Now we go up. And our objective is right over here. Isn't it? Well, it's right around here someplace. We'll find it. I saw a box. I want to check. Another power cell. Yep, this is our objective. Right, chill. Watch your eyes.
Seconds.
Okay, so we have what we came for. Do you want to explore in here a little bit more? I mean, there are goodies for us. More batteries, maybe another power cell or something. Nutrient food block and water. Huh, that's the first time I've ever seen 2 items in one box that had a nutrient food block and the water. They've added these oxygen plants. These are new with this update. There didn't used to be oxygen plants in here. We don't have that much oxygen. I think we probably want to head back now. So if we can. The way out was through here and up.
30 seconds.
Yeah. It's going to be close. That's going to pop back up any second now. Should we wait for that to pop back up? There we go. So yeah, there's more goodies in here to loot. Nothing that we can't make ourselves. So I'm just gonna get us out of here and get us over to the island and get that thing either fixed or destroyed, depending on how you want to view it. And then after that, story-wise, there's not much left. We just go back into the glacial basin and meet up with Maida there, but that's pretty much where everything ends story-wise. I'm sure at some point Maida will have some kind of information for you about what happened to your sister. But the upshot is, from here, we just basically are going back into the glacial basin, which, as you all know, is my favorite part of Subnautica Below Zero. Not really. Just trying to. I hope the sarcasm came across there. It has, however, been overlooked, as we saw in the first couple of videos, where I took us back in there to check it out. So that will be our new thing. It's a nice night. The snow's pretty and the wind's not blowing. I like it. Right, thermals. That's where we're heading, right up there. Oh yes, and thank you to everyone who pointed out that I missed the Sea Truck Perimeter Defense module when I was at Maida's base. I'm going to have to go back there and get that because we are definitely going to want that if we continue all the way through the story such as it is. Now, story-wise, it all kind of falls apart here. But I know where the story was supposed to go from having played the earlier update quite a bit. So I could just take us to where we're supposed to go and do what we're supposed to do with no story guidance. To be perfectly honest, grabbing the repair tool here. To be perfectly honest, I'd rather save that for the final version. So you need an advanced wiring kit and then the salvage we picked up. And now this tower is either repaired or destroyed. Communications tower facilitating radio communication with the Vesper. And that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if we're supposed to go back down and see Maida again in this version. But since I want to go back down there to get that perimeter defense module anyway, why don't we do that now? And Maida will either be there or she won't, or she will have left a message for us or something. I think she's going to want us to meet her someplace back in the glacial basin. Or did we already get that message from her? She may already have told us about that. Vague, didn't we get some kind of vague placeholder text telling us, you know, vague directions to greenhouse or something? I think we already got that. Oh, Maida's calling. I got it. Marguerite, cryptic directions to greenhouse. Clearly some placeholder text there, but we are, in fact, going to go back down to her base here because I do want that perimeter defense module if we're going to go all the way through with this. I mean, I at least want to take you guys down into the Crystal Caverns if you haven't been there yet. Or with me on any of my earlier playthroughs. At least check them out. And we will certainly want the defense module down there, because you know who lives down there, don't you? A big, nasty Shadow Leviathan. Other people probably have more efficient ways to get to Maida's base. I'm doing it the way that I'm fairly confident I won't get lost. As I say, as I get a little bit lost. I'm turning right here. Sea Truck's getting hurt too. There's not going to be anything down here that's going to harm the Sea Truck, but I do need to give it a touch up at some point. That could be the ultra high capacity air tank. Yep. Hi, Sea Monkey. 1 of 3. So maybe we get a chance to actually learn that blueprint today. Hi, what you got for me? Anything good? Copper ore? I'll take copper. But if you could find me some nickel ore and a pizza and some beers, that'd be great too. Brad, right? Brad knows what I'm talking about. That's the afterburner module. We already have that blueprint. And I think I've taken a wrong turn here after saying that I go this way because I don't get lost. I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost. We're back up now. Key? Oh, hi, Squid. Sea Truck's down to 28% health. Propulsion cannon fragments. Not sure what that is. Maybe a prawn part. Exosuit thermal reactor module fragment. So this is the prawn suit thermal reactor. So this wasn't a total... Getting lost was not a waste. Getting lost is never a waste in Subnautica. That's another high capacity air tank. Hi, Sea Monkey, what you got? Go get me something good. Go get me beers. 2 of 3. Got anything good for me? No? Do you guys not love me anymore? Thought you loved me and brought me things. Okay, next time we stop, remind me I gotta actually repair the Sea Truck. Wow, I'm completely lost. Which is one of my favorite things to be in Subnautica, completely lost. This looks like the crevice. We're in the crevice now, which is not where I want to be at all. Yeah, that's the Deep Lilies down there. Well, I mean, jumping the gun, we haven't actually been down here before. We haven't had a reason to, because the way the story is right now, Alan tells us that we need to build him another body to be transferred into, but that's it. That's all he tells us. So this part of the story just basically doesn't exist for our intents and purposes. As far as what's down here, coming down here to get what we need down here. You can also find the nickel ore down here. We don't need any of that anymore. It's beautiful though. It's probably the most beautiful biome in the game, in my humble opinion. We're not here looking for beauty. We're looking for Meta. So let me get us out of here and resume our hunt. Resume our not getting lost stuff. I'm totally not doing what I just said I was going to do. I'm still exploring, but I'm not telling you guys that. Alan's calling. I'm detecting a faint signal from one of our facilities in the region. Great. Do you know anything more? Asked Robin. Most of my knowledge was lost when I was backed up. I may remember more as we draw closer. Okay, so maybe the Alan stuff is in the game. I haven't heard people like talking about it, so I just kind of assumed it was gone. So here is a facility for us to check out. And then on the way out of here, maybe we go get ourselves some trivalve eggs. What do you think about that? Not for eating, no. Nickel ore. I guess I'll pick that up. We may need it in something else later. You used to walk this. There used to be air in here. Architect components. Architect tissues.
New blueprint acquired.
Tissues? I hardly know yous. A leather-like tissue sample. Alan's calling. I got it. The tissue you have scanned was developed from the DNA of 27 different alien species. You've traveled far. Did you meet other spacefarers? Only the band of your people who were here before you, the Alterans? They're not a band, just a transgov. Whatever that means. What's a transgov? A commercial entity? Is commerce very sustaining? I have never encountered an example of its use as an energy source. Many Earth philosophers would agree with you. Zippity-doo-dah. Let's see if we can find ourselves a trivalve egg, and then what? Oh, we were going to Meta's base. Remember, like a half an hour ago when I said I was taking us to Meta's base? How's that going so far? Are we there yet? This is where the trivalve eggs, some trivalve eggs were stashed in the last update. I don't know if that has changed. Nope, I see something there. We have 2 trivalve eggs. Sweet beans. And a root. What is that in there? Just a little bit of terrain poking through, that's all, I guess. So, once we build a base, which we haven't even really started yet, make an alien containment tank, then we can grow some trivalves, and then we have pets to play with and send to fetch. No, they don't actually fetch, but they're pretty darn cute. Yes, they are. Let's see if I can get us out of here and get us back toward Meta's base. So in theory, you can follow the crevasse here, the big ravine. all the way through to Maida's base. It'll take you right through. But I've only done that accidentally a couple of times. I'm not feeling confident that I can do it again on demand. Right now I'm just looking for a way up to the surface, which we have. Alan, all right. I got it. This is useful. With additional data, we may be able to construct an alternative organic storage medium. I would really love it if you could stop referring to me as a storage medium. Not you, your body. My body is a significant part of who I am and how I experience life. Identity is more a matter of pattern than substance. I am an idea, not a set of physical components. If you were an idea, I could have stopped thinking you to get you out of my head. As long as you're sharing my body, you are, if anything, an imposition. Had you evolved greater psychic mobility, you would see it differently. Are you calling me unevolved? No, just were your conscience more mobile, you might appreciate the benefits of sharing. So I'm selfish? Not selfish. You perceive your corporeal vessel as a component of the self. You over-identify with your form. You are entirely bound by it. Oh, then you are starting to understand. Not only do I understand, but I would like to emphasize that if we can construct a new medium, a body, I will be able to transfer to it. Meaning you'll leave mine. In theory, I have added the information to your databank. Architect storage medium. Okay, this is a long read. While it is technically possible for an individual, the creature in my brain wants a body of its own. Where was that? I would like to read that. Personal. Body for Alan. Here we go. The creature in my brain wants a body of its own. Anything that gets him out of my mind and body is clearly a desirable outcome. From the standpoint of professional curiosity, it's also fascinating. In all my years of research, I'd never dreamed I'd get this close to a spacefaring, sapient alien life form.
Seek fluid intake.
Even if the dream is shaping up to be something of a nightmare. I mustn't forget why I came here, to find out what happened to Sam and hold Alterra accountable for their actions, whatever they did. If they did anything. I promise you, Sam, I won't lose my focus. Man, the story is like 8 times more coherent already than it was going into this. And before the update. And I don't know if this was the direction Tom Schubert was going right from the start. But I do know that it's a lot more coherent now and a lot easier to follow what's going on. This is almost like a side quest, this whole Alan stuff. We barely scratched the surface of finding Robin. Or Sam, excuse me, Sam. That's another piece of the thermal plant suit, I think. Thermal plant upgrade for the prawn.
Calorie intake recommended.
I'm gonna have to eat and drink something here. Why'd I pop all? Oh, because I popped out because I'm at too great of an angle to be in the truck. That's why. There we go. I just need a little food. We're not going to eat those. I could eat a full nutrient block here.
Vital signs stabilizing.
We got plenty of them. I think we're on the right path here. Leading us to Maida. Yep, there's a base. Hopefully this is not locked now, meaning we completely missed out on that upgrade. That would be unfortunate. Her suit's gone. That's cool. Don't be locked. Don't be locked. No, not locked. Locked. Shoot. Locked. Well, hopefully that data box exists elsewhere. Otherwise, we will not have the perimeter defense module. That's almost, I would consider that to be something of a bug. If that were not the case, if it were not available elsewhere. Okay, so what now? Well, what now is we could go look for the Alan's other body parts. I know where they used to be. We have the depth upgrades for the sea truck that will allow us to get down there. We do not have the perimeter defense module, which will keep us healthy down there, but we do have a repair tool. For the necessary touch-ups. I wonder if the truck can get through here. What do you think? But I think at this point it is time to go back into the glacial basin. Now one other thing I wanted to show you, and why don't we see if we can do this before calling it an episode. If you remember when we scanned an alien tech site in the last episode, we unlocked the quantum locker. Now, the quantum locker is pretty nifty idea by the devs. Quantum lockers share their contents. So if I put down a quantum locker out here and then bring the materials with me to make one back in the glacial basin, or even build two of them and leave one here and carry one with me back into the glacial basin, then whatever we store in the locker out here, we will have access to through the locker in the glacial basin. So maybe we see if we can build one of those quantum lockers tonight, just so I can show you what it looks like, if not how it actually works. Let's see what that's going to require. I think it's considered a deployable. No, not a deplorable. You know what would be great would be a search bar. You can type something in and just have it pop up. Nah, I'm sure I've walked right past it, but it doesn't have an icon yet, so I'm not really sure. I'm looking for a question mark, basically. That's what I'm looking for. Didn't we unlock this together? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we need an advanced wiring kit and a diamond. We have a couple of diamonds back at base. The advanced wiring kit might be a little more involved for making it, but I think we could do it. Let's see if we can pick up a couple of table coral samples on the way back to ensure that we have what we need. There's a table coral sample. I think I may have one back at base, but you need two to make the computer chip to make the advanced wiring kit. So I'm going to pick that one up, and if that's the only one we have at base, I'd like to have two more as backup since we're here anyway. Spend a minute looking around. There's lead, titanium, silver. We need gold. We're not going to find gold here. Hi, Brewster. You hungry? You You want a nibble? Nope. Can't have a nibble. Titanium. Lead. And a tip. Ah, inventory full. Gotta drop a piece of titanium. Oops, wait a minute. I just picked that up again. It'd also be great to build the boost tank. Oh, have we haven't found the blueprint for that on this playthrough, have we?
30 seconds.
Gosh, now we're a little low on O2, a little low on time. This is going to be tight. We may just want to go directly to the surface here.
Oxygen.
Yeah. I saw another table coral sample down there, but our inventory is full, so let's just head back. Alan's calling like a nagging mother-in-law. Samantha is your sister? Was my sister. She died. And she was here when she died? Yes, I came here to find out what happened to her. I've been looking through your files. What? You have correspondence with her that I cannot read. That's private. Why are some messages scrambled, blacked out? You shouldn't be reading any of my messages. But can you read these messages? I thought you were in my mind, not my PDA. I have access to all of your data. Great. Do you have access to all of your data? I don't want to talk about it. Interesting. So clearly she's talking about the private stuff between her and Sam involving Altera. I'm sure they tried to keep those private. Advanced wiring kit. And 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds. Our last 2 diamonds. Great. So now I can make a quantum locker, and you make them here at the fabricator, right? It's deployable? Yes. Quantum locker. Nifty. So it takes up 4 slots in your inventory right now. That may change. And then you just deploy it out here. And it just sits there, and I can... Somebody said they couldn't change this, but I can. Yeah, okay. Maybe they just weren't clicking in the right spot. So you open this up, you've got, let's see, it's 4x4, so 16 spaces in here. What I would use this for is, first of all, emergency stuff. I put some emergency water, emergency battery, emergency power cell, food, nutrient food block, that kind of thing. And then have one with me back in the glacial basin to have access to all that stuff. It also can serve as just an inventory expansion. So you fill this with stuff, 16 squares worth of stuff, and then you pick it up, and all that stuff only takes up 4 squares in your inventory. I'm not sure if that is how it was intended to be used, or if that was an intended use or not. We'll have to see whether that remains a thing that you can do. But you know what? Why don't we call it an episode here? And what I'll do is, off camera, I'll stock that with exactly the kind of stuff that I was talking about, and then I'll get together the materials I need to make a second one, and we'll bring that second one back into the glacial basin with us when we go. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the Subnautica Below Zero early access gameplay, and there'll be more coming real soon. Stay safe, survivors.